Hey guys, it's Heather, your friendly neighborhood realtor here. You've probably heard that mortgage rates are fantastic right now, which they are. Actually, a client that I'm working with right now was able to get 2.875, which is like crazy. But I've had a lot of friends reach out to me and say, hey, should I buy a house? Am I able to afford this? And my answer is, I don't know, because I don't know what your financial situation is, and you are behind a screen to me right now. But I do know some of the costs that you're going to expect up front at the closing table and what mortgage payments could look like. So I thought I would share a little bit of that information with you today. So the first thing you're going to have to pay is called an EMD, or earnest money deposit. And that is exactly what it sounds like. It's a deposit that you're putting down, typically $1,000 or 1% of purchase price. You're putting it down in earnest, saying, yes, I really want to buy this house. Now, if something comes back funny on the inspection and you don't feel comfortable, you get that back. If you decide, no, I want that house over there after the seller just took it off the market for you, okay, well, they get to keep that money. Usually, things are fine, the deal stays together, and then you get that money taken off of your expenses at the closing table. The next cost you can expect to encounter is for the inspector to come out, and that fee is typically somewhere around $300. You can get extras like radon or termites, but expect the baseline to be somewhere around $300. The next cost you'll potentially encounter is the appraiser fee. So you might be paying this right then and there, or you might be paying it at the closing table. It just kind of depends. And that's going to be either $400, $500, somewhere around there. And that's about it as far as things before you are actually closing on the property, sitting there at the closing table, getting the keys. So when you are at the closing table, one of the bigger tickets on your itemized balance sheet is going to be your down payment, which you will have negotiated at the very beginning of this process. What a lot of people don't realize is they think that you have to put 20% down. Well, you don't. You could put as little as 0% down, depending on the type of financing that you get. Another thing you're going to find on your settlement at closing is a category called lender fees. And under lender fees, you'll find things like an application fee, an underwriting fee, a check of your credit. And these will probably add up to somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000. I do want to tell you about something called Keller Mortgage, which is offered through Keller Williams agents such as myself. And they can waive that completely. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then the rest of your statement, as far as things that you need to pay, is going to be title fees, transfer taxes, property taxes, insurance premiums. There's just a bunch of like little things that end up adding up. And again, this will depend on what property you're buying, what lender you're going through, what title company you're using. So there's tons of variables here, but expect another couple $1,000s. And now you're saying, oh no, Heather, I don't have this kind of money. How will I ever afford a house? How did you afford a house? Well, there's a couple of options that can save you some money. The first thing you can do is ask for the seller to cover some of your closing costs. And this is not uncommon at all. It's just when you make the initial offer, you would write this into the contract, say, seller to cover up to X amount of closing costs. And then maybe you would raise the sale price a little bit. So you offer $5,000 more, but then you also say, hey, you're helping me with my closing costs. Because you and the lender just gave them this giant check. So they've got all this money. You might not have this extra money on hand right now. So they're kind of helping you out in a way. And then the other thing you're going to want to do to save money is look into different lenders. So I mentioned Keller Mortgage earlier. Yes, I'm a Keller Williams agent. They are affiliated because they want you to work with us, right? So that's what the catch is. But bonus for you, they waive lender fees, so you save $1,000 or $2,000 right there. And if the house you're purchasing is $150,000 or more, they'll give you $1,000 back to go into the transaction. So that's some pretty significant savings for you. But don't take my word for it. Just go check out a bunch of lenders. It doesn't hurt. See what programs they have. Some might offer $750 towards closing costs or reduced down payment if you meet certain criteria. And then feel free to pick my brain about it. I mean, reach out to me. I don't care. I'll tell you everything I know. Well, hopefully this video was helpful to you. Like I said, I've had tons of people reaching out and asking me these same questions again and again. And as a former teacher, I know that if there's one person asking a question, there's a handful behind them who just, for whatever reason, haven't yet, but have the same question. So I think I'm a pretty friendly person. If you have any questions about anything real estate related, feel free to ask me. I've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can call me, text me, email me, whatever floats your boat. I'll leave all that info at the end of this video. And it's 4 billion degrees outside today, so find somewhere cool, and I hope you have a great day.